wrote this amazing article called How to Make a Movie on 5,000, and I have here sort of 9 points, 9 how-tos. And the first one you say is be realistic in the script writing process. Can you touch on that?
Yeah, exactly. Like I remember, I've been to readings of scripts, and like there's like, we're at the baseball game, and the people are having a beer watching the baseball game. It's like, wait, didn't you think like you're gonna have to rent the stadium and the base? You can't. People don't think about realistically about what you can and can't film. So I said, I think try and have a maximum of 4 people in a scene, shoot it in a location you can get for free, and try and keep it simple. Simplicity.
Okay, sounds good. And then number 2, rent, don't buy your camera.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting. I'm halfway about that in the sense that the super high-end $3,000 camera, you're not going to be able to resell it to make your money back. It's better to rent those super high-end ones, for your film shoot. But like a camera like this Canon that we're filming on right now, which shoots in HD, which are amazing with these lenses that they're essentially a still camera that shoot HD movies. They look fantastic. They look so good, and some of them are around like $500. So if you're a filmmaker and you like to film and you think you're going to be doing a lot of different stuff, you can't really go wrong with one of those low-end cameras in your arsenal. Cool. That's what I think.
You say pay your crew, your small crew.
Exactly.
No freebies.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully you can get a few people extra that just want to work on a film. If they want to work for free, come on aboard. But your sound guy, you gotta basically pay, and your camera guy, unless you're, like I said, you're really into cameras. Get yourself a guy on Craigslist who probably charges like $100 a day, maybe $200. He's got all the equipment. He knows what he's doing. He's fast. Get him, pay him. Then he's going to show up. If you're like intern, blah blah blah, the flake factor just ramps up.
You say have actors supply most of the wardrobe and props.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Another key thing, obviously you don't have a wardrobe person, but actors they're characters. They have rooms of wardrobe because they have to for various auditions. Therefore, if they get the character, you say, hey, this is your character, bring some stuff in that you think the character might wear. They're going to bring in all your stuff unless it's some weird, specialized thing. Occasion things you might have to do, but most of it should just be supplied by the actor. Okay. Props too, yeah.
And then speaking of actors, make sure you sign a SAG ultra low budget agreement from the Screen Actors Guild.
Exactly. I think SAG has made it easy and affordable for filmmakers to use professional actors for a reasonable price. If you do sell the movie beyond the theatrical theatrical, if it goes to DVD or internet VOD, you are going to have to pay some residuals, but it will be, a small percentage of your low-budget film that technically has already made a little bit of money because it cost you nothing to make. So.
Mm-hmm. And then you say get production insurance.
Yeah, that is essential for the SAG budget anyway, because you can't hire actors without the proper insurance, but it helps you out because when you need a location that maybe you don't quite have access to personally, but I was working on a film pilot and they were able to convince a supermarket to let us film there because, hey, we've got the insurance. We don't have any money, but we got this insurance. You're not liable, so it can open the doors to any location that you might need.
Okay. And then you say, avoid the financial trap of writing popular music into your film. No Rolling Stones songs?
Yes, of course. No Rolling Stones, no anybody really that's been on the radio, more or less. People that you know. I was lucky because I'm a musician myself. I could use most of my own music, but that's all that stuff is going to run you thousands and thousands of dollars. Just find a student filmmaker, local bands, and bring them into the mix. They'll do it for next to nothing.
Mm-hmm. Now, number 8 has caused a little bit of controversy, and that is edit the film yourself.
Right. Yeah, that's the thing that you can write, you can direct, you can act in your own film. People don't really, but the second you say you edited the film, they freak out, and to me it seems silly, especially at the $5,000 level, because A, it's a learning experience, the whole thing. B, you're not gonna be able to find somebody to edit your film for you for free. It takes hundreds and hundreds of hours. It's very labor intensive. That's why they charge that much. Now you can do it yourself. It might be very hard for some people at the beginning, but you will learn a tremendous amount. And if you stick with it, you will be fine. And of course, even if you do edit it yourself, show it to people, get feedback. It's not a wind tunnel or whatever. You are doing it in a sense, sometimes editing it yourself because there's no money to do it. You got to just show it to people, get feedback, and then go back and edit it.
Okay. And then last but not least, keep the hours short, the shooting days few, and the food delicious.
That's my mantra. I tried for the Great Intervention, with the exception of a couple days, it was like 4 or 5 hours, especially for the bigger crowd stuff. I was lucky because I was shooting documentary style, and I didn't want to do a lot of takes because that would take the realness out of it. But with these little cameras that we got, and they're so good and light, you just don't need like expensive lighting packages or dollies or any of that stuff. It's okay to have a wobbly, shaky cam. Every TV show now you look, everything's kind of that's the new thing. Shake the camera, you see? People accept that, So you can move around almost like a still photographer now on your set. And you can shoot a lot really quickly, and you don't have to change film, and you don't have to, so there's no reason to go beyond 10 hours, I'm going to say. That's a standard movie set is 10 hours. Those are the big guys, if you've got your crew for free, you want to make sure they're fed and they're home at a reasonable hour and not grumbling, or they're not going to come back the next day.
Okay. Let's switch gears a little bit. Let's talk about sort of the unspoken, they call it like the elephant in the room, for Los Angeles. Sort of that keeping up with your peers, keeping up with the Joneses type thing. Can you talk about what you've observed for yourself and also with other people, and how does somebody walk away feeling good about where they are in life, no matter where they are on sort of the social food chain?
Competition is healthy in one sense, and we're all striving, but that's the thing I've learned. I've worked with people that are superstars. I've worked with people that are no name or whatever. We're all struggling for the next thing. We all have insecurities. We all nobody's life is perfect, and it's like I think if you're going into like competition, other than just a mental checklist for your own self, am I working hard enough, blah blah blah. If you're getting like angry and resentful, oh, this person is doing this, or that's just going to bring you grief. It's just everybody's working, everybody's struggling, everybody's not where they want to be, so it's like, just remember that, and just do your best work that you can, and you'll impress other people.